When did you have to choose between two lives? My twin sister needed a kidney transplant. We were identical twins, perfect match. But I was 3 months into training for the Olympics. Swimming had been my entire life since I was 8. Every morning at 4 a.m., every weekend at the pool, every sacrifice my parents made. This was it, my one shot. The surgery would sideline me for 6 months minimum. The Tokyo trials were in 4 months. Find another donor, my coach Kai said coldly when I told him. You'll never get this shot again. Do you understand what you're throwing away? I'd been ranked 3rd in the world. Sponsors were calling. My face was on magazine covers. My sister Megan just smiled weakly from her hospital bed. Go chase your dreams, I'll be fine. But she wasn't fine. She was on dialysis 3 times a week, her arms covered in bruises from the needles. She'd fall asleep at her desk job, her boss threatening to fire her. She kept canceling dinner plans because she felt too sick to eat. I watched her shrink before my eyes. The sister who used to beat me in every race as kids could barely walk upstairs. My parents were torn. We can't ask you to sacrifice everything, Mom whispered. But we're losing Megan. Dad just stared at the wall. He'd already lost his job to stay home with her. I scheduled the surgery anyway. Kai exploded. You're insane. I'm cutting you from the team immediately. You're throwing away a gold medal for nothing. I didn't care. Every lap I'd ever swum, every medal, every early morning, none of it mattered if she wasn't there at the finish line. What was the point of standing on a podium if I had no one left to celebrate with? People said I was selfish, emotional, reckless. But all I could think was, if the roles were reversed, Megan wouldn't even hesitate. She would have signed up for surgery before the doctor finished the sentence. I wasn't giving something up. I was finally living up to the person she always believed I was. The sponsors pulled out. My teammates stopped talking to me. The swimming community turned their backs. Even old coaches and mentors I'd looked up to stopped returning my calls. I'd become radioactive overnight. You're choosing your sister over your country, one former teammate texted me. My boyfriend Jake couldn't handle it. I can't watch you destroy yourself, he said, packing his bags. Call me when you come to your senses. The night before surgery, Megan grabbed my hand with her skeletal fingers. I can't let you do this. Swimming is who you are. It's all you've ever wanted. I looked at her, pale, exhausted, barely 90 pounds, dark circles under her eyes, her hair falling out from the medications. No, I said, squeezing her hand. Being your sister is who I am. The surgery was scheduled for 6 a.m. I remember lying there at 3 a.m., wondering if I was making the biggest mistake of my life. The operation took 8 hours. When I woke up, the surgeon was smiling. Perfect success. Your kidney is already functioning beautifully in Megan. Megan's color returned within days. The yellow tint in her skin faded. She started eating again, laughing again. 2 weeks later, she was back to her old self, dancing around the hospital room to music from her phone. That's when Dr. Peterson walked in with test results, his face serious. We found something during the transplant, he said quietly, closing the door behind him. My heart stopped. Had something gone wrong? When we removed Megan's kidney, we discovered she had stage 2 kidney cancer. It was hidden, undetectable in normal scans. Megan's dancing stopped. She stared at the doctor. The transplant didn't just give her a new kidney, he continued. It saved her from something much worse. If we hadn't operated when we did, she would have had maybe 2 months before the cancer spread. Megan started crying. She looked at me with tears streaming down her face. I knew, she whispered. I found out 2 weeks ago. I didn't want to guilt you into the surgery. Everything clicked. Why she'd been so insistent I chase my dreams. Why she'd seemed almost peaceful about dying. 6 months later, something miraculous happened. The alternate swimmer ahead of me got injured. I made the Olympic team with just 3 weeks to train. Megan was in the stands, healthy and glowing, screaming my name. I didn't win gold that year. Came in 5th, but I saved my sister's life twice without even knowing it. And that medal? It's hanging in Megan's room now.